class 10th. This is my last video lecture on the first unit, that is electricity. Most of the topics we discuss in our first 4 video lectures. The remaining topic we are going to share with you today. These topics are: number 1, electric circuit; number 2, types of electric circuit; number 3, heating effect of current; number 4, applications of heating effect of current; number 5, electric power or power; and number 6, commercial unit of electrical energy. Dear students, these points or these topics are very important for general person also. If you don't know ABC of physics, then also you should aware with these topics, because most of the time in our daily life we use these topics. So first topic of discussion is electric circuit. What is electric circuit? A circuit which consists of cell or battery, ammeter, voltmeter, resistor or conductor, key, known as electric circuit. What is the role of cell or battery? The role of cell or battery to create potential difference across the conductor resistor so that electron can perform unidirectional motion. What is the role of ammeter? It is used to measure current. It always remain connected in series in the circuit. What is the role of voltmeter? This device is used to measure potential difference between the 2 points. It always connected in parallel. What is the role of resistor or conductor? It provides hindrance to the flow of electron or current. What is key? It allows or does not allow the current to pass through the circuit. There is 2 types of electric circuits. Number 1, closed circuit, and number 2, open circuit. Such type of circuit in which switch or key, this key can also be written as switch. Such type of circuit in which switch or key remains closed, remains on, such type of circuit is called closed circuit. In this circuit only current moves through the different parts. Such type of circuit in which key or switch remains open, switch remains off, known as open circuit. In this type of circuit no current moves. Dear students, it is the symbol of ammeter, means device used to measure current. It is the symbol of voltmeter, device used to measure potential difference. It is the symbol of cell, device which is used to create potential difference. It is the symbol of battery, combination of cell is called battery. It is the symbol of resistor or conductor. It is the symbol of variable resistor. Variable resistor is such type of resistor whose resistance keeps on changing. It is the symbol of open key, and it is the symbol of closed key. If key is open, if switch is off, circuit will be open circuit. If key will be closed, means if we put dot sign here, switch is on, circuit is said to be closed circuit. Current moves in the circuit only when key is closed, that is circuit is closed. No current moves in the circuit when key is open, that is circuit is open. These are very important points to remember always whenever we discuss the circuits. Variable resistor is used to change the resistance continuously. These are the symbol of resistor or conductor. They provide fixed amount of hindrance. The hindrance provided by them cannot be changed, but the hindrance provided by them can be changed. It is the combination of cell known as battery, ammeter, voltmeter and cell. These are the parts of the electric circuit. Now always remember, ammeter is connected in series in the circuit and voltmeter is connected in parallel. So if we have to design the circuit, how we design using these parts? It's very simple. We take cell or battery. We discuss that this represents positive terminal or positive potential, this represents negative terminal of the cell or battery. With the positive terminal of the cell, we connect positive terminal of the ammeter in the series. Here we have used a resistor. Across this resistor in parallel we connect voltmeter, because voltmeter is connected in parallel. So positive should be connected with positive, negative should be connected with negative. If circuit consists of variable resistor also, we can connect variable resistor. If it is not present, then no problem, remove it. Then a key. At this moment key is open, so there will be no current in the circuit. But as we will close the key, in the circuit current starts flowing like this. It is the directional flow of current, because in my second or first video lecture we discussed why current direction is taken opposite to the flow of electrons. Now this ammeter consists of minimum resistance, nearly zero resistance. Always remember, ammeter should have nearly zero resistance, and this voltmeter should consist of maximum resistance, means almost infinite resistance. Because of then only when current will reach here, as this portion is having infinite resistance, so all current will move through this path. Current always tries to move across that path where resistance is less. So when all the currents will move across this path, then potential difference current developed by the current will be measured by this voltmeter. If some current is moving here also, then in the branch less current will move. So here less potential difference will develop. So voltmeter will measure less potential difference, means reading of voltmeter will be less than the true potential difference. That is why always we take voltmeter of infinite resistance, so that no current moves through the voltmeter, all current should move across the resistor. Why ammeter should have nearly zero resistance? Because if ammeter is having some resistance, introduction of ammeter will change the resistance of the circuit, hence current flowing in the circuit. So what ammeter will measure, that will be less than the true value of current. That is why ammeter should have nearly zero resistance. So this is all about your electric circuits and types of electric circuits. Now next is heating effect of current. There exists mainly three effects of current. Number one, heating effect. Number two, chemical effect. Number three, magnetic effect. These three special types of effect is shown by the current. This we will discuss in next unit of class 10th. This already you have discussed in chemistry. In chemistry it is called electrolysis, and this we are going to share with you today. In our daily life we use bulb, we use heater, we use geyser, we use electric press. When we use these devices, it is must that we should have electricity. If current is not coming, if light is not coming, these devices are useless. The working of these devices is based on heating effect of current. What is the meaning of heating effect of current? Whenever current is allowed to pass through the conductor, it heats the conductor. This is called heating effect of current. What is the heating effect? When current is allowed to pass through the conductor, it heats the conductor. That is, conductor gets heated. It is called heating effect of current. It is called heating effect of current. So many devices or appliances works on this heating effect. I just told you bulb works on this effect. Your geyser works on this effect. Heater works on this effect, as well as electric press also works on this effect. Now question develops, why as we pass current through the conductor gets heated. Why it happens? This was explained by Joule successfully. That is why it is also, heating effect of current is also known as Joule's heating effect. So either you say heating effect of current or you say Joule's heating effect. What Joule said regarding the heating effect of current means, what is the cause of heating effect? Dear students, as you know, if we take a conductor consists of so many immobiles, positively charged nuclei randomly distributed everywhere, and also electrons which are performing random motion. When we connect the conductor with a cell, what happens? Cell creates potential difference across the two ends of the conductor. This is the only role of cell. As potential difference is created, electrons are forced to move from negative potential to positive potential, from low voltage to high voltage. Electrons. As this electron moves, since this plate repels electron and this plate attracts electron, so electron experiences force. And you know, in class 9 we discussed, whenever any body experiences force, it performs accelerated motion. So these electrons starts performing accelerated motion, velocity keeps on increasing. As a result, kinetic energy of electron keeps on increasing. These electrons, when collides with the immobile positively charged nuclei, during collision they give their gained kinetic energy to these nuclei. जितनी इनको kinetic बढ़ी थी, इन्होंने ये nuclei को दे दिया. They give their gained kinetic energy to the nuclei. These nuclei, when absorb the energy given by the electron, temperature of these nuclei increases. Again electron comes, strike with these nuclei, transfer their energy to them, again temperature increases. So in general we can say temperature of these immobile positively charged nuclei keeps on increasing, and because of which temperature of whole conductor keeps on increasing. This was the explanation given by Joule regarding the cause of heating effect. This is also called Joule's heat effect. Now after this, he successfully developed the formula with the help of which we can find the heat energy produced at the time of heating. So suppose we have taken a cell of potential difference V volt. In the circuit, current I is flowing for time t. T समय के लिए I current circuit में flow कर रही है. Hindrance offered by this conductor is R. If I current current is flowing in the circuit for t time, how much charge is flowing in the circuit? Amount of charge flowing in t time is equal to q I into t. Current multiplied by time gives charge. This much charge is flowing in the circuit in t time. For flow of charge, potential difference is must. How much potential difference cell is creating? V. So how much work cell is doing? Amount of work done by agency to move charge. That work done will be charge multiplied by potential difference, because you know potential difference is work done upon charge, so work done will be charge into potential difference. This much work is done by the cell, and you know work and energy are analog to each other. There is no difference between work and energy. If I am doing work, if I am losing energy, that energy is going somewhere else, because energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. So this much work is done by the cell to move the charge, means this much energy is lost by the cell. So if this much energy is lost by the cell, the same energy gets converted into heat. So how much heat energy is produced? So heat energy produced, work done by the cell, that is Q into V. And just now we have developed Q is equal to IT. In place of Q we can write IT. So the first formula to calculate heat energy produced will be V into I into T. Make it clear, this formula is in joule, because we are taking potential difference volt and current in ampere. So if we get potential difference, if we know current, if we know time, multiply them, we get the heat energy produced. Now since Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R, implies that I is equal to V by R. So if place here I is equal to V by R, we get the second expression for heat energy as V into V by R into T. That is V square by R into T. This is the second expression to calculate heat energy. This will also be in joule. Again using Ohm's law, if V is equal to IR, put V as IR here. So H will be IR into IT. That is I square RT. These are the three different relations with the help of which we can find how much heat will be produced at the time of flow of current through the conductor. First formula is H is equal to VIT. Second formula is H is equal to V square by R into T. And third formula is H is equal to I square into R into T. Which formula we will use, that depends upon what parameters are given to us. In all three relations, energy will come in joule. Now sometimes in the numerical they ask calculate energy in calorie, and we know 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joule approx. Exactly is 4.18 joule, but in approx we write 4.2 joule. So 1 joule will be 1 calorie upon 4.2. So if we divide these relations by 4.2, we get all the expressions for heat energy in calorie. Heat energy in calorie will be H is equal to V into I into T upon 4.2. H is equal to V square by R into T upon 4.2, and H is equal to I square RT upon 4.2. So these are the expressions for heat energy in calorie, and earlier we have written the heat energy expression in the terms of joule. Now what are the applications of heating effect of current? I told you working of bulb, working of heater, working of geyser, working of electric press. These are the different fields in which we use heat energy. That you go through the reference books or through net. Next is power. Energy produced per unit time or energy consumed per unit time is called power. Why we are saying that energy produced per unit time or energy consumed per unit time? Because energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. If we think that a bulb is producing heat energy, it means some form of energy is converting into heat. What is that form? Electrical form. Bulb is converting electrical energy into heat energy. So energy can neither be created. Amount of heat energy consumed by amount of electrical energy consumed by the bulb will always be equal to amount of heat energy or light energy produced by the bulb. So in general, power is defined as energy consumed or energy produced per unit time. This is maybe energy consumed or this will be maybe energy produced per unit time. As energy is measured in joule, divided by time will be the unit of power, and this joule per second is called watt. So unit of power is watt. Other units are small mW, capital MW, kW, HP. Small mW stands for milliwatt, capital MW stands for megawatt, kW stands for kilowatt, HP stands for horsepower, 746 watt. These are the other units in which we measure the power. Once again, what is power? Amount of heat energy consumed or produced by any electrical appliance. Because electrical appliance when run, it consumes one form of energy and produce one form of energy. For example, mixie. Mixie converts electrical energy and produce rotation energy. For example, bulb. Bulb consumes electrical energy and produce heat or light energy. So energy consumed per unit time or energy produced per time is called power. Suppose I have a device whose power is 1000 watt. It means this device is consuming 1000 joule of electrical energy in 1 second, or this device is producing 1000 joule of energy in 1 second. If it is bulb, we can say that this bulb is producing 1000 joule of heat and light energy in 1 second. If we have a bulb of 10 watt, it means this device is producing 10 joule energy in 1 second, or this bulb is consuming 10 joule of electrical energy in 1 second. If we have a bulb of 0 watt, it means this bulb is neither consuming any energy per second nor it is producing any energy in per second. So when neither it is consuming energy nor it is producing energy, it means that bulb will not glow. So don't say that if we have a 0 watt bulb, actually the power of that bulb is 0 watt. Basically power of that bulb remains 16 watt. This power is so less that we assume it as 0. So laymen say that we have a 0 watt bulb. Being a science student, don't think about such bulb which will have power 0 watt. 0 watt means less watt power, just you can say like this. Because if bulb is of 0 watt, neither consuming nor producing, then what is the purpose of using the bulb? Okay. Now next and last topic is commercial unit of electrical energy. And before discussing commercial unit, one more point left: how we calculate power. As we have three expressions for heat energy, that is VIT. So from here, energy upon time, which is power, will be V into I. This is the first formula to calculate power. As we have expression for energy as V square by R into T. So from here, H by T will be power, which is V square by R. This is the second formula to calculate power. As we know, H is equal to V square I square RT. So from here H upon T, which is the power, is I square R. So these are the three different methods to calculate power. Power can be calculated by the formula V into I, power can be calculated by the formula V square by R, power can be calculated by the formula I square R. In all three cases, answer will come in watt. So these are the three different relations with the help of which power can be calculated. Just for remembering purpose, replace T only. Remove T from the heat formula, you will get the power formula. Now finally is commercial unit of electrical energy. When we pay electricity bill comes in terms of a special unit known as kWh. The commercial unit of electrical energy is kWh, called kilowatt hour. This is also named as unit. We say 100 unit electrical energy is consumed. 100 means 100 kilowatt hour. If we are saying that 500 unit electricity is consumed, it means 500 kilowatt hour energy is consumed. It is also known as BTU, Board of Trade Unit. Board of Trade Unit. So these are the different methods to write the commercial unit of energy. You can say kilowatt hour, you can say BTU, or you can say only unit. This is very big unit, very large unit of energy. Joule is very small unit, because when we find the relation between them, you will say what is the relation. You know 1 kilowatt hour, as name is suggesting, will be 1 kilowatt multiplied by 1 hour. Means when appliance of power 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt. When appliance of power 1000 watt or 1 kilowatt will run for 1 hour, energy consumed will be 1 kilowatt hour. कोई ऐसे अप्लायंस जिसका पावर 1000 वाट है या 1 किलोवाट है, उसको 1 घंटे आप चलाइए, जितनी इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी वो कंज्यूम करेगा, दैट विल बी कॉल्ड 1 किलोवाट आवर और 1 यूनिट. So 1 kilowatt hour is 1 kilowatt multiplied by 1 hour. 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt. 1 hour means 60 into 60 seconds. 1000 watt means 1000 joule upon second, because watt becomes joule upon second, into 60 into 60 seconds. This second will cancel out each other. 1000 into 3600 joule. That is 3612 joule. That is 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. This is the relation between kilowatt hour and joule. 1 kilowatt hour is 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. You can say that kilowatt hour is very large unit of energy, because 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule will be equal to 1 kilowatt hour, which is also called 1 unit. So dear students, this is all about your chapter 1, that is electricity. Hope you are able to understand what I want to discuss with you, what I am telling to you, what I am trying to explain you. If still you have confusion, you can contact me, you can share your problem with me. Go through the videos which I have uploaded for your class. I think it is the 5th video which I have uploaded. Go through the videos. Write down the important points in the copy, which will help you when you will do the assignment. Still, if problem persists, you can contact me. Thank you.